Hi, this is Tom Malloy. I've raised over $25 million for financing movies. I've produced at the time of this video 17 films, written 30 plus screenplays, and options sold or made into movies 25 of those screenplays, and I've starred in a bunch of movies, so I'm an encyclopedia on filmmaking. Today's video asks the question, why trying to look for film investors in Los Angeles is a terrible idea. Okay, here we go. The key is, when you're starting to think about producing and starting to think about raising money, putting a film together, inevitably somebody will say, oh yeah, I have a cousin that's a second AD on a TV show. Something like that. An aunt or an uncle will tell you that at a picnic or something like that. The fact is, those people that are working in the business, that is their job, that is the bread and butter, that's how they're feeding their family, paying their rents, whatever, and so those people that are working in the business are trying to keep their jobs in the business. So for them to take a risk on you, let's just even say let's go huge, let's go Steven Spielberg. Let's say Steven Spielberg wants to put you in their movie or something like that, give you a chance to direct, he's going to produce, or he's going to give you a chance to be the lead actor. Now, he's big enough that he can make a terrible bomb, right? And he could probably get away with it. But I would say maybe after the second bomb of that, people would start to question, wait, maybe Steven Spielberg has lost it now. So now here is billions and billions of dollars he's made in his career because he is going to take a risk on you. You may have ruined the career of the great Steven Spielberg, right? Within one, maybe two movies or something like that. So the bottom line is, what I'm getting at is that everybody's trying to keep their jobs. They're trying to do something incredible, right? Now, it's similar to doing something like building a house or something like that. Say you want someone to give you a chance to build a house. They're an extremely incredible house builder, and you say, well, why don't you give me a chance to make one of the rooms in the house? And then people afterwards, the room falls apart, and it's the worst room I've ever seen, and then that person's reputation is destroyed. So what I'm getting is this: looking for film investors in Los Angeles is a terrible idea, because those are the people that are already working in the business. And if they're not, they're definitely looking for jobs and looking how to get into the business. What you need, and I've always said this, is to be going after somebody that is not in the film business, that has made their fortune making water bottles, right? They've made $200 million in the water bottle business, and they want to try a new industry. And so you become the conduit for them to become part of a new industry, in this case, movies, right? So here's them, they've made their wealth in one industry, and they live in, Ohio, and you are giving them a chance to be in the filmmaking business, become a producer, become an executive producer. And again, they've made the money in another area. So that's where you should be looking. I always say, stay out of Los Angeles to try to raise the money. But if you're saying, well, this is where I live and this is what I'm looking for, then try to look for people, as few as they may be, that are not in the business in Los Angeles, meaning in the movie business, in TV and in documentaries or anything like that. Get somebody that's in a different industry, that's made their money in a different industry, and you become the conduit to bring them into movies. Thank you for listening. If you want to learn more, check out the free PDF by clicking on the link below.